I'm Will Doyle. I'm a creative director on Directive 8020.
So I know you guys worked on a lot of titles in the past. What makes this one different than your previous titles?
So we like to call this one a narrative survival horror. Yeah, it's a narrative game in that, like our previous games, it's branching narrative. You've got to control multiple characters. Everyone can live or die. But it's survival horror as well, because now, kind of for the first time in the series, you can go up against real-time threats, and your survival will depend on your ability to hide from a monster that's trying to hunt you down and kill you.
And why you guys decided to make that change, now?
So it kind of, for me, like, we make horror games, and we're trying to make as scary as an experience as possible. And I don't think there's anything more scary than when you're in control, when you've got your hands on the sticks, and there's something kind of creeping around, hunting you down. We also we want to widen the appeal of the dark pictures. We sort of feel that we've got something special here. We've always thought our games are pretty unique. So the more players we can get in to play it, the more they'll see of what we do.
And how drastic is like the decisions that you make in this game? How much of the story is going to change, and how's that going to affect also the player based on your choices?
Yeah, so we kind of choices are always the core of what we do. There's a number of decisions you're making here which will be the life or death of your crew. We've got this kind of whole thing where in this game you're going up against a shape-shifting monster, so it can be any one of your crew, and you'll have moments where you'll have to make decisions based on whether you trust them or not. So it's pretty big compared to our previous games. We also have we have a lot of opportunities for death, and when you kind of come into the end of the game, you can literally have any combination of characters alive at that point. You can even just have one solo character left alive at the end of it, and it can be any one of them. So you can kind of play through it and go, hey, I like Isley. I wonder what this game looks like if she's the only one left alive at the end.
And you also could go back. I know you were showing me a new feature where you could go back and replay those moments and change your decisions. Is that also going to change a lot the story, or not?
Yeah, so that's the turning point system. So that shows you a kind of visual flowchart of the whole game. You can jump around and rewind to any point. So it's a method for our fans, it's kind of showing you all of the content available and shortcutting your ability to get to it. So previously, when you get to the end of the game, you could kind of restart from the beginning and look for different options. Now you could go, I wonder what happened 2/3 of the way through if I did this, and you can go straight to that point and pick it up straight away. And you don't have to play through the whole game to get to that point. Right from the start it's available. But we also are aware that a lot of our fans like to they love to live and die by their decisions. So there's also a kind of survivor mode you can play where you can't rewind and you have to stick to that one playthrough. But you can still see the branches available. You just can't rewind.
Is that like a higher difficult level for that, or?
Yeah, so it's set by default. We have different difficulty settings, and its highest difficulty setting has no rewinds on it. But we also have a custom difficulty setting, so you could go, I want to play it on easy difficulty but with no rewinds. It's just one of the many toggles in that custom setting.
See, I know in the trailer it says don't trust no one, right? So I made a decision and killed a player, but he wasn't affected. He wasn't an enemy. So I got fooled because the way how he was acting. Is that going to be a lot of that moments in the game where you have to make a decision, but sometimes it's like you're guessing. You're not 100% if that's an enemy or not.
Yeah, there's quite a few of those moments. In the bit that you played, also, he can or cannot be a monster depending on what happened earlier. But yeah, there'll be little. If you're keeping your wits about you, there's little tells now and again that you can kind of go, oh yeah, I think that's him. But yeah, a number of your crew members can be effectively replaced, and there's even the option at the end of the game that you may not have noticed that, and somebody might kind of infiltrate your crew right to the end.
Is it possible for everybody to survive? Or I know that's really, really hard to do in the game. So is there a chance for someone to achieve that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can keep everyone alive. It is tough. Also in this one, we kind of we listen to our fans, where we always have other kind of friendly characters in our games that you don't control, kind of like friendly non-player characters. And our fans have always said, oh, I want to keep those characters alive, but really they're cannon fodder. You know, they're characters we want to kill to show you the horror. In this game, there's a whole bunch of other members of the crew that you don't directly control, but they live or die by your decisions. So at the end of the game, I can keep all 5 of my characters alive, but then there's another 3 characters out there that I can keep them alive too. So there's a kind of perfect ending you can get. And by the same token, there's a flip of that. There's everyone dies.
And that happened to me in one of your games, so I'm like, oh my god, the game ended very quickly because of that. So, so you gotta be very smart with that. So the main actress, what's her name?
It's Lashana Lynch.
How was the process of working with her? Because she's doing a pretty good job in this game.
Yeah. She's been amazing. She's an absolute star. But I mean, literally, she's one of the probably the biggest star we've had. Like even at the time of casting, she'd been in 007, No Time to Die, Captain Marvel, and since then she's just gone on. Bob Marley and Dare the Jackal, and so. Yeah, she's great. It's been amazing working with her. Like when we make these games, it's kind of like making a movie. We go through casting agencies, and when we realised we had an opportunity to get Lashana, we were like, oh wow. And then when we got her, we were pinching ourselves because we were like, she's.
And why? What was the decision? Like, I think she would be the perfect actress to be in this game. Why you guys made that decision?
So for us. There's a whole bunch of stuff. One of the interesting things is that we were looking for a British actress. The crew, this is a big space mission to save humanity. So it's a multinational crew. You've got kind of Turkish astronauts and Dutch astronauts, Americans, and the star's British. So we were looking for a British actress there. So yeah, Lashana was one of the names that came up. And
no, when is the official date for this game?
October 2nd.
So all platforms?
Yeah, all platforms out on October 2nd. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I just want to say, man, congrats. I can't wait to play the full game when it releases in October. So
awesome, thank you. I can't wait for everyone to play it. It's going to be awesome.
Thanks, man.